in there. And Sanders looking deep. He's got Bond out there, and you can see he's able to just step back a little.
Yo, my wrist is still in the sky, man. Listen, it's Shedeur Glazer, lieutenant in the building. And let me keep it 100 with y'all. Shedeur had a rough night. He just didn't play like we know he can. Now hold up, we're only counting 2 of the interceptions for the RDC World skit. Because yeah, Jeudy did hand that perfect ball over. Props where it's due. But let's be real, y'all. Shador didn't bring his A game. It wasn't sharp, it wasn't smooth, it wasn't highlight reel level. Watching him struggle like that, man, it hits different. Let's break it down. One interception floated out there to Harold Fannin. It looked kind of clean. The other, credit to 48. That was a smart play. Shedeur tried to get the ball out quickly, but it just wasn't there. Yeah, he took some sacks, but don't sleep on the context. Early sacks weren't him holding the ball too long. Nah, the Bears' defense was chaotic, and you Browns' offensive line, they were battling. If you're not here for context, leave now, because this was the real deal. Right side of the line, straight up backups. Backup center, backup right guard snapping in, and then that guard went down in the third quarter. Backup right tackle, too. Shout to the defense. They were getting eaten alive. Plus, no Denzel Ward, no Malik Collins, and I think another defensive tackle went out early. So yeah, the Browns as a whole had a bad night. And don't even get me started on special teams. They started the first drive pinned at their own 1-yard line. Straight chaos. Bad night for Shedeur, bad night for the Browns. All right, haters, go crazy in the comments, but my wrist ain't leaving the sky. You think one bad game is gonna stop us? Come on, dog. Shedeur went 10 for 25, 131 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 picks, 17.7 passer rating. On paper, looks rough, but if you watch the plays, he still made some moves. Real talk, he still did stuff out there. And yo, let's get it. First, bring on the hate. We got the Dusky meme ready for this one. Yo, we got the Dusky, and girl, gotta check out that McDonald's meme. Straight up hilarious. Now, if Dylan Gabriel pulled what Shedeur Sanders did today, man, they'd be calling for his head on a platter. But here's the catch. Dylan Gabriel can't even throw the ball 30 yards downfield. So that's a little different, you feel me? I get it, but yes, leave the hate. Go ahead, be mad. And trust me, you're going to be mad all over again when I keep hyping him up this week, because we ain't done yet. We're riding this wave. Now check this out. And yeah, we'll keep it short because it's AO. But this right here, this is pure football, no cap. This is why we say Shedeur might actually be built for this. Dude's got a defensive tackle on him while he's throwing a football. And guess what? That play resulted in a first down. I just got to make sure y'all catch that. It was a first down, by the way. So yeah, man, I'm out here being like Chris Collinsworth with Patrick Mahomes, finding a way to glaze. And then you hear the next thing. What? Apparently they gave him the wrong wristband.
Struggling operationally to start this game. Prior to this possession, when Shedeur was on the sideline, he actually came over, they removed the wristband with the play call in there, and they made a change to one of the sheets and some tweaks, some changes with that wristband that he wears with the play call. So that could have been part of the issue they had earlier.
All right, so listen to this. Shout out to everyone pointing this out because it actually makes a lot of sense. There were throws where Shedeur was just flinging the ball and nobody was open. You feel me? It felt like the timing was off, like the connection just wasn't there. Then you find out they actually removed his wristband and tweaked some of the play calls. On the second drive, Shedeur had to hit the sideline, couldn't get the plays right, and had to go to Kevin Stefanski like, yo, what's the call? Maybe that played a part. But real talk, the biggest thing we gotta focus on? Jeudy. Jeudy. We have to break down this moment. And by the way, this is Jeudy doing what he does best. He's pulled this before with Joe Flacco. If Dylan Gabriel threw it deeper, he'd had the same chance, trust me. Look at this right here, 3rd and 9, game still in reach. Beautiful ball, right in Jeudy's hands. In the hands, ladies and gents. But guess what happens? Interception. Yup, somehow Jeudy turns it over.
And don't worry, we got all the angles for y'all. Boom, look at this. Jeudy, man, you're in for a long week, boy. The game is basically over at this point. Just handed the ball to the defender. Jeudy, Kevin Stefanski, I don't even know, man. How do you bounce back from that? Even Louis Riddick was like, man, how you call that? And yeah, that's on Shedeur too, right? Crazy day, crazy day. Shedeur had a bad day, the Browns had a bad day, a lot of badness. Shout out to Coach Lance Riz, always keeping it 100 on Shedeur. He says Shedeur is under insane pressure, but he is the positive. He's not backing down, not turning his back on the line. That's growth. Next step, learning when to throw it away if no one's open. You can't hold the ball forever. And yeah, the Shedeur haters are going to have a field day, I know it, but let's focus on the growth in just 4 starts. The biggest gripe, he holds the ball too long, takes bad sacks. Well, he didn't really take bad sacks. Some, yes, but most were pure pressure on his face. And every time he stepped up in the pocket, I loved it. That's what I'm talking about. And look, yeah, he had a bad game. He has to take the lumps. Everybody does. All right, so check this out. Quentin Johnston only had 21 rushing yards. Shedeur Sanders, he's been the leading rusher 2 weeks straight. Now last week, he had a monster game, threw the ball around, did what he had to do, and still ended up leading the team in rushing. This week, not quite the same vibe. 18 for 35, just under 50%, right at 56% completion, 5.1 yards per attempt. That's straight Dillon Gabriel numbers, let's be honest. Let's keep it 100. Dillon Gabriel isn't dropping bombs like Shedeur, who actually threw a few absolute rockets. But let's zero in here. Shout out to Isaiah Bond, too. 2 receptions for 89 yards, both deep shots to Shedeur, a 47-yarder and a 42-yarder. Man, without Shedeur fighting off pressure and trying to make plays, the offense had nothing. Wrong play calls, backups everywhere, a bad day all around. And you know what? If Kevin Stefanski gets fired because of this mess, you're welcome, man. Maybe that was the plan all along. Shedeur trying to shake things up, maybe force some positive change. Maybe special teams won't start drives on the 1-yard line next time. Maybe the running game looks better. You feel me? If the running game averaged more than 1.8 yards, maybe I could fully roast Shedeur, but I can't. He's a rookie. Had a rough day against a solid defense, made mistakes, but also made some plays happen. I gotta give credit where it's due. He did some good stuff. But the situation? Man, injuries, bad play calls, it's nasty out there. So comment below. What's your grade for Shedeur Sanders? This one's gotta be D+ to C-. Bad game, but only 2 interceptions counted. 1 handed to Jeudy. He's gotta figure it out, man. He really does. Let me know how y'all feel down below. I'm sure more will come out when the interviews drop. Bad day for Shedeur, even worse day for the Browns. Unless you're a fan, then maybe your draft pick is looking better. Kevin Stefanski might be out. Myles Garrett is 1 sack from tying the record, 1.5 from breaking it. Look at the bright side, man. Life's still good, big dog. And Shedeur haters, Merry Christmas. Y'all got content to roast him for a week. Enjoy it. Smash the like button if you dug it. Hit subscribe if you ride with football content. And don't worry, we'll be back. We won't stop.